All right, welcome back to the Jersey Oddcast, local news, community updates, and just enough chaos to keep it interesting. This week, we've got a little bit of everything. We're talking about road closures that may or may not test your patience, the ongoing debate over putting your phone away while driving, and a look at how our towns are growing with new businesses, new developments, and yes, some very strong opinions about it. We're also digging into what's happening around us, from police stats to park improvements to bigger conversations like environmental impact and that proposed data center that has some people asking a lot of questions. Plus, we'll get into some good local stories. And of course, we've got your community calendar, a fresh odd poll, an oddcast odd fact that might change how you look at Atlantic City forever, and a pop culture moment that somehow includes Highlander, Spaceballs, and William Shatner. And of course, we have the word of the week, and it's Joe's favorite word of the year. It is semi-sesquicentennial.
Semi
So yeah,
semi
semi,
sesquicentennial.
semi-sesquicentennial.
Yeah.
Semi-sesquicentennial.
Oh my God. Of course, it's a normal week here at the Jersey Oddcast, so stick with us. We've got a lot to get into. But
Nice.
let's start with some really great news, and I am so excited about this. And I didn't go to St. Joe, but this was thrilling to read. Joe?
This August, St. Joseph Academy will have a new athletic director. According to reports, on April 1st, Manahawkin's Southern Regional High School athletic director Chuck Donahue Jr. announced in a closed session of the Southern Regional Board of Ed that he was leaving the district on July 31st and returning to his alma mater on August 1st. Donahue graduated from St. Joseph High School in 1989, and during his time at the school, he was a three-sport athlete, competing in football, basketball, and tennis. According to reports, Donahue has been Southern Regional's AD since 2010 and has led the school to become one of the most successful athletic programs in the state, with more than 250 conference, sectional, and state titles. Donahue currently serves as president of the Shore Conference and South Jersey chapter president of the National Football Foundation. He's also a National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association Certified Master Athletic Administrator, the highest level of certification in the profession, and he was named Shore Conference Athletic Director of the Year in 2019. Donahue will replace Tim Fingerhut, who had been the school's AD since 2022 but had to step away because of health reasons. And this is just the latest in a line of maneuvers from SJA to show its commitment to athletics, which includes its dedicated indoor athletic facility in Egg Harbor City and the hiring this past October of Sal Marchese to run its football program. Marchese, you may recall, had a legendary coaching career at Delsea Regional High School, where he won 249 games with 11 sectional and a state title before stepping down in 2023.
Yeah, like this is such a win for St. Joe and for the community. I don't
Yeah,
know if you've ever met Chuck Donahue. Nicest guy you'll ever meet. His dad is a legendary coach too. This
Buna,
is
right?
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
huge for St. Joe and for
Yeah.
Hammonton in general. I am like ecstatic about this. At first, I thought it was like an April Fool's joke, and then I was like, no, this is legit.
Yeah, because he announced to the Southern Regional School Board at their meeting on April 1st. So I could see why everybody would be like, because you don't
Yeah. Is
trust
this
anything on April 1st.
April
Yeah,
1st?
Yeah.
But I will say this: it's as Gina said, huge. It's a huge investment and an endorsement of the St. Joe Academy athletic program. And I don't know what else you can say. Like you guys have both said it all. This is an unbelievable resume that's
oh yeah,
coming to the corner of Central Avenue and Vine Street, and with the continued investment in athletics, and I think there's continued support on the academic side, of course, as well. But this just is one of those things that turns heads and really gets headlines. And so I think St. Joe Academy is sending a message that they're here to stay.
I agree. This is an incredible get for them, and his credentials are impeccable. Absolutely impeccable.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And I do want to say this Tim Fingerhut, nice guy,
Yes.
really stabilized things over there. And I can't say enough nice things about Tim and what he's done for the school. But there's something about bringing in someone who is a legacy. It's going to do wonders for the school and its athletic programs. And I think that Chuck Donahue Jr. really brings a balance to academics and athletics. And I think he'll be a very strong force for good within that school.
Yeah.
and I'm excited to see what happens. And I live right there, so I'm a little selfishly excited to see what happens too, because I think it's going to be really
Yeah,
good stuff for the neighborhood.
for sure, and for the whole town. So it's a great thing for St. Joe Academy, but it's a great thing for the entire community. Really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Gabe, was he in high school around your age, or was he more Josie?
Around my age, he graduated. I think they said in '89. I graduated in
Yeah.
'91.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So
which means that he remembers and maybe he can bring back the Thanksgiving game. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah, you never know. It's certainly continues to be a thing of contention between people as a community event. It was we all are for the Hammonton St. Joe anything,
Yeah.
football especially, but anytime there's
field hockey, basketball, volleyball, whatever it is, baseball, softball.
anytime blue plays red or red plays blue, it draws a crowd
Oh
without a
yeah.
doubt, and it's definitely more intense.
Yeah. There's nothing like a good old fashioned crosstown rivalry. Nothing at all.
No. I will say this, and this is good. This will bring down the room a little bit.
Oh.
I wish Dan Russman was alive for this.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
I
Dan would
think
have.
he would have
Oh
had a blast with Chuck Donahue Jr. I really do. I think they would have
Yeah,
been
the
great
two of them
together.
together. Yeah, that would have
I
been
think
great.
I think that would have been good, and can't
I
have everything you want in life.
no, I can just hear him be like, "Oh, this is good stuff. This is real good
Yeah,
stuff."
Yeah.
yeah,
He would be excited right now.
Yeah, he would.
yeah. So,
Yeah, he
but
would.
yeah. If you want to move closer to St. Joseph Academy or any of the Hamilton schools, which are phenomenal, or anywhere in South Jersey, or you want to relocate your business, please reach out to Phil Carr.
That's right, Gina. If you're looking to buy or sell your home or commercial property in South Jersey, call Phil Carr, owner of Crowley and Carr Real Estate. Crowley and Carr is the best place in town to find the best place in town. Call them at 609-561-0505 or go to Facebook or Instagram.
Mays Landing Road, which, runs from like the Black Horse Pike to Route 73, is closed in both directions between Piney Hollow Road and the Folsom Township line. So it was originally going to be closed at Route 73 and Fleming Pike. That will no longer be, is no longer in effect. There is a new detour. It's it's a little more complicated. People are having trouble getting to places like Stock Up, which I highly recommend you go. Great breakfast sandwiches, just great places, or even Rodeo's Kitchen coming from the other direction. So the Winslow Township Police posted a couple of notices. This is going to continue for 3 to 5 weeks. It started, I think, March 30th. So we have about a month left of this. You just need to have a lot of patience, take the detour, and you can still get where you want to go. The South State Inc. It says they are trying to complete approximately 600 feet of roadway work per day.
Oh wow.
We want to complain about potholes and bumpy roads, and then we want to complain when the roads are getting fixed. This is the time of year to do it. It's not the time of year to do it in November. This is when we need to do it. It's just going to be complicated, and we need to be patient.
Yeah. Yeah. We've said that before. We want roads repaired, but we want it repaired from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. At night, and we want them to cover 3 miles of highway in that
Right.
time because the rest
Yeah.
of it's an inconvenience. No, this is how they do it. It's got to be done, or it doesn't get done. Unfortunately.
And and because we had such a violent winter, there
Oh,
are bigger potholes. One of our oddballs out there lost a couple tires. I think Weymouth Road this past week had to get his car fixed and realignment and balance, like all the stuff that happens. So we want good roads. We need to just be patient. And the way to get this information is through websites and social media. So follow your local police departments and municipalities and counties to get those updates for the road work. We're seeing some of it in Hammonton. We're seeing
mhm.
it in Winslow now, and we're
Yep.
going to see it everywhere that the Oddcast is read. It's that time of year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Potholes and
everywhere we're
pansies.
heard and everywhere we're seen. And look, potholes can do excessive damage to vehicles. And
yeah,
it's not just potholes. Let's face it, some of these roadways just need a good resurfacing. It's not just about the potholes. It's just that they haven't been, and I don't know what the situation here specifically is. Some of these roadways have not been redone in a long time.
yeah, yeah. They're
Yeah.
due. They need it.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we're just be patient, give grace, and you can still find your way to Rodeo's Kitchen, Stock Up, wherever else you may be going. on Mays Landing Road. And if you are going on Fleming Pike, please do not challenge the bridge that's on there, the overpass. You will lose. It is undefeated. This is
Yep,
well known.
the bridge
Yeah,
always
no,
wins.
I don't know what that thing is constructed out of, but good Lord, nothing even dents the bridge. Every
They don't
vehicle that
build them
goes
like
down
they
it.
used to.
No,
That's
certainly
right.
not. No.
They don't test that overpass or whatever it is. It will not work.
Well,
You will lose.
trestle. It's
Is
a
that
That's
what it
that
bridge.
is?
It's a train
yeah,
former.
that's like some Roman construction. That is built to
Yeah.
last.
Yeah, it's been here before I was here. It'll be here long after I'm gone. But if you do test it with a height, something a truck that's too high, you will lose and you will be posted online and everyone will make fun of you. So if you want that for your life, feel free. Gabe, there is a campaign going out this month for putting your phone away. This is coming out, I believe, from the state of njsaferoads.com. Talk to me.
Yeah,
What
and
do you got?
speaking of accidents and things of that nature, Put the Phone Away or Pay is a nationwide campaign running from April 1st to April 30th, 2026, coinciding with Distracted Driving Awareness Month. This campaign is aimed at tackling distracted driving and raising awareness among drivers about the deadly dangers of distracted driving and the legal consequences of using a phone behind the wheel. Distracted driving contributes to about half of all crashes in New Jersey. Law enforcement across the state are working together this April to stop drivers who put lives in danger. So there's the idea here is you go to NewJerseySafeRoads.com. They say you're 4 times more likely to crash if you're on the phone and if you're distracted. And that's unbelievable when you think about it. 4 times more likely to be in an accident. So put the phone away or you're going to pay. There's going to be tickets. There's going to be definitely some more campaigns that's not just in obviously South Jersey and New Jersey, but also nationwide.
Yeah, so tickets can be anywhere from $200 to $400 for a first offense, $400, $600 for a second offense, and up to $100 for subsequent offenses. Plus, insurance points will cost you more. Don't use your phone. If you have a more modern car, use Bluetooth.
Yep.
You just hit the little button and say, call Joe Bernardo or call Gabriel. Whatever it is, just do that. Call the Jersey Oddcast. You don't need to talk. You don't need to text. Everything can wait until you get someplace safe.
Yeah. Yeah, I can certainly understand why using a phone, I mean, Bluetooth hands-free notwithstanding, that's no different than having a conversation in the car with the person next to you. But when you look down at your device, your eyes are off the road. It's basic math.
Yeah,
And
your eyes should be up front, eyes should be raised, looking through that windshield, and being aware of what's going on the roadways around you.
Yeah.
look, the best person to talk to in your car if you're by yourself is yourself. Have a great conversation. Answer back. It'll be more engaging than most of the conversations you'll have over the phone. No?
Certainly not as engaging as listening to the oddcast, though.
That's
Oh,
for
well, fair
sure.
enough.
Yes.
You could just play us through your Bluetooth. We'll be fine.
Yeah, and yell back at us. We won't know the difference.
And if you want to yell at us, we'll be fine too. When Joe, Gabe, and I drive, we tend to wear our glasses or contacts that we get from our friends at Hammonton Family Eye Care.
That's right, Gina. See Hammonton Family Eye Care for routine and medical eye care for all ages. From glasses to contacts to eye exams and more. Visit Hammonton Family Eye Care at Peachtree Plaza, 80 South Whitehorse Pike in Hammonton. Call 609-567-7479 or go to HammontonFamilyEyeCare.com.
So the Vineland Animal Shelter contract has been causing a little bit of kerfuffle online. Joe, what are you seeing?
According to a release, the city of Vineland states that it, quote, respectfully disagrees with recent public comments concerning its decision not to enter into a 2026 animal services contract with what was South Jersey Regional Animal Shelter and is now Associated Humane Society South, or AHSS. The release said that the city, for several years, has documented concerns regarding rising cost, recurring billing inconsistencies, fictitious billing, insufficient and delayed communication, and contract provisions that would obligate Vineland to accept all future agreements without review. The city said that in 2024, Vineland paid AHSS more than $473,000, and in 2025, they paid more than $500,000, which doesn't represent services rendered, but is billing based upon the population of the city. These numbers also don't include unlimited special sheltering fees from cruelty investigations and uncontrolled veterinary expenses, which add thousands more. The release goes on to state that for approximately 10 months, AHSS, which is the only animal shelter in the region that will service Cumberland County municipalities and therefore, the city says, has a monopoly, has operated without a valid shelter or pound license as required by the state of New Jersey. Repeated requests to meet with the shelter have been refused. Therefore, the release states, Vineland has made the decision to pursue an alternative path forward and has taken appropriate legal steps to seek clarity and resolution, including ensuring that all statutory and regulatory requirements for animal services are being met. So there we are.
Yeah, I
That's a
mean,
lot.
it
Yep.
is, and there's a lot that they're not saying, and they probably can't say for litigation reasons, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
But if you read, there's a lot of context, subcontext there. Like you just gotta listen for it. And I don't think this is going to be fixed overnight. I think we need to give this one some time and see how it plays out. But
Yeah.
again, I worry about the animals. What's going to happen? Are we doing everything we can to protect the animals who are in need and who that need to be taken care of?
The
There's
number one
Yeah.
question.
Yeah. No,
so
I agree. And if, because I don't trust anything, if what the city says is true, then kudos to them for actually looking through their bills and trying to be fiscally responsible, also.
yes.
Yeah, and I think it's a mix of the number one question is what's going to happen with the animals. The number two question is, or maybe tied for one, is the fiscal responsibility the city has.
Yeah,
And if their allegations are true, then they're saying, look, this is not what's best for the taxpayer.
exactly.
So yeah, so we got to see how this one plays out, but I know that I'll be keeping an eye on social media and other channels, news outlets to see how this goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hammonton released its March 2026 statistics for police activity for the month. Gabe,
That's
do you
right.
want to go?
Yeah, we can go through them. The monthly activity report was released as for March, and during the month of March, the officers handled a total of 2,228 calls for service. Additional activity included the following: arrests 51, DWI arrests 9, motor vehicle stops 601, motor vehicle summons issued 433, medical calls 227, domestic incidents 14, motor vehicle crashes 37, property checks 353, assist the public 94, stolen vehicles 2, theft from motor vehicle just 1. But having said that, there's a note here with the statistics. It says as the weather begins to warm up, that we traditionally see an increase in criminal activity, particularly burglaries to motor vehicles and stolen vehicles. So the police department strongly urges all residents to lock their vehicles and remove key fobs and valuables. Take your keys inside with you, they say. And a large percentage of these incidents involve unlocked vehicles, making them crimes of opportunity. There's a lot more social gatherings as well and outdoor activities, and they're saying if you do plan on consuming alcoholic beverages, please do so responsibly. Never get behind the wheel while impaired. Plan ahead, designate a sober driver, or utilize a rideshare service such as Uber to ensure you arrive home safely. There's
Yeah.
an additional note that this year celebrates the 25th anniversary of the formation of the Hero Campaign and John's Law. So they ask you that you be a hero in the community, be a designated driver, or if you are drinking, make sure that you call a friend, relative, or some form of rideshare option. Again, let's keep saving lives together, they said. So this is the statistics. We said we kind of look at things month, take on the statistics, guys.
Well, the
Well,
theft from motor vehicles from February were 9, so now we have 1.
Yep, but the total arrests in February were 28, and now we've got 51. And the total calls for service in February were 1824, and now we're up to 2228. So on the average, numbers are going up. So that's what the release says is that as we get into the warmer months, we get more business. Yeah, the numbers support that.
Yep. So more activity out there equals sometimes more criminal activity as well. So people should be aware of that as the months go into the spring and summer.
And it makes sense because let's face it, January and February they were just too cold to commit crimes. Stay home.
How would you know, Joe?
Because I didn't want to leave the house for legal reasons. I didn't,
let alone to commit a crime.
Yeah, a little mayhem and chaos. So they got some catch up to do. They got numbers they got to meet, quotas.
Yeah, I appreciate them releasing this, and I appreciate them reminding people to lock their cars. But it's sad to think that as the weather warms up, people go a little goofy.
I don't know if it's goofy. Like they say, it's crime of opportunity. And part of the opportunity is the weather's nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't be an idiot. Don't do a crime. Don't be like Joe.
The hell did I do?
I don't know. You know, it was like, I don't want to leave my house. I'm like,
Yeah.
what does that
Well,
mean?
Yeah.
Well,
I said
it didn't mean it. Doesn't mean he didn't mean he meant generally. He didn't mean commit crimes.
I apologize. I was reading too much into it.
A little bit.
Yes, you were.
Yeah.
Yes, you were. Yeah.
Otherwise, we're gonna have to call Master Wire to build a fence around Joe's place so he can't leave.
I suppose that's one way to do it, and because for more than 40 years, Masterwire Manufacturing Fence Company has been providing the South Jersey and tri-state area with residential and commercial fence supplies and services. Whether you're looking for quality products to do it yourself or are in need of a trustworthy fencing company to install your fence, they've got you covered. Masterwire Manufacturing Fence Company provides the highest quality products and customer service to each and every person who walks through their doors or gives them a call. Contact Masterwire at 609-567-1616 or visit their website at masterwirefence.net.
Or maybe we want to take a ride over to the Silver Coin and have a great meal.
Yes, located in the heart of South Jersey, between Philadelphia and Atlantic City, the Silver Coin Diner is a family-owned restaurant. It has served South Jersey since 1982. It gleams like a 50s diner on the outside and is warm and inviting on the inside. The Silver Coin is famous for serving quality food at family-friendly prices. This rock star of a diner is on the cutting edge of restaurant trends, constantly updating its menu and introducing new healthy specials. Everyone at the Silver Coin is eager to please, so if you are in the area or passing through, stop in their location at 20 South Whitehorse Pike in Hammonton and let them treat you like family. Contact the Silver Coin Diner at 609-561-6974 or visit their website at silvercoindiner.net.
So I read about Egg Harbor City wanting to cool off their kids, and I'm like, whatever. Like when I was a kid, we used to play on metal stuff outside in the sun and burn ourselves
For
on
real.
slides.
Yeah, when you were young, when we were young,
yeah,
that's what
but
you
now
did.
but now they're giving the kids shade. Oh, these kids are getting soft.
This is a positive thing that's been put out there. Okay, you're ripping it, but I will say
I'm teasing. I think it's good.
Egg Harbor City, in partnership with Key Rec, is the recipient of a $50,000 grant that will be used to protect youngsters from the hot summer sun. The New Jersey Board of Public Utilities approved the grant as part of its $5 million urban heat island mitigation program, which addresses vulnerability to excessive heat. The Kaboom Playground on Buffalo Avenue across from Charles L. Sprague Elementary School will soon have a shade structure to throw shade on children using the equipment. The playground was identified as a hotspot in the Dell Atlantic Conservation District's Heat Island assessment procured through Sustainable EHC, the city's green team. Other hotspots, just for the sake of the argument, identified included Egg Harbor Cedar Creek High School, Harbor Plaza Shopping Center, Egg Harbor Yacht, and the shopping along the shopping district on Philadelphia Avenue. So there, according to the assessment, the land surface temperature data collected in 2022 showed these developed areas of the city had a higher land surface temperature, 16 to 20 degrees higher than the surrounding suburban areas.
My word.
So the idea, yes, 16 to 20 degrees higher. So heat island areas, they said, would benefit from large leaf tree plantings, reducing heat-absorbing asphalt and concrete, and installing cool roofs with shingles that are lighter in color than the traditional black or dark-colored shingles. Dell Atlantic is currently working on a heat island mitigation plan, which will suggest ideas for how to reduce temperatures in identified areas of the city. New Jersey Governor Mikey Sherrill said targeting areas where extreme heat threatens public health will not only protect citizens from excessive heat, but also reduce the cost of electricity. And Atlantic City was the only other Atlantic County municipality to receive a $50,000 award to create a pop-up oasis in the Ducktown section of the city. So this is an issue, apparently, and we're throwing $50,000 at it. So
16 to 20 degrees is significant. Absolutely.
It is. And I'm glad kids aren't burning themselves on slides. They don't make slides out of metal like they used to.
No. And if we didn't burn our legs, we got cut on the jagged edge.
that's right.
And Gabe knows this, but where I grew up, we had a plane, like a defunct plane in our park. It was called Airplane Park. And we used to climb all over this defunct plane, inside of it, outside of it, in the cockpit, in the back of it. And there was a slide attached to it. And that was completely unsafe. And we burned ourselves every time we were on it and cut ourselves. And we didn't care. We had a great summer.
Yeah.
Now they put a big cooling station over it, a big tarp over that.
No, they don't. They have a fence around it. You're not even allowed to go touch it anymore.
Joe, you're a weather guy. You said 16 to 20 degrees to you is excessive heat.
Oh, yeah. If it's 16 to 20 degrees higher than the surrounding areas, like if it's an 80-degree day, that's relatively comfortable for kids to go out and play. But now you're talking about a difference of going up to 96 or 100. That is a vast difference between this area and then that area over here. That is massive.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's fair. That's fair. Joe, I think it's time for us to say the word of the day.
Semi-sesquicentennial.
Semi-sesquicentennial.
Okay. So what's going on with our parks for the 250th?
The New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection has announced the New Jersey State Park Celebrates 250 Challenge. This year-long challenge encourages visitors of all ages and abilities to explore New Jersey's 41 state parks, 11 state forests, 5 recreation areas, and 50-plus historic sites and districts while building healthy habits and honoring this milestone year. All participants will successfully complete one of the 5 challenge options will earn a certificate of achievement and the opportunity to be recognized on the New Jersey State Park social media. Are you ready to take the challenge? There are 5 of them, which focus on physical and mental wellness. Now, these challenges, which were designed to engage, visitors of all ages and abilities, can be completed at any of New Jersey's state parks, forest recreation areas, or historic sites. So, the first, 250 miles in a year. This is for the avid hiker, biker, or walker, average just under 5 miles per week at any New Jersey state park, forest, or historic site. Then there's the 25.0 miles a year, which sounds a little bit more doable, which is perfect for casual visitors. You average 2 miles per month hiking or walking at any of the aforementioned state parks, forests, or sites. Then you could also choose the 25.0 different trails in a year, allowing you to explore trails at any of the above. There's also the 2.50 miles per week challenge, which can be achieved anywhere listed above, and this is a steady, approachable pace totaling about 130 miles in a year. And then finally, there's the 25.0 minutes per week outdoors. This is designed for all ages and abilities. Simply celebrate by spending time outside at any New Jersey state park, forest, or historic site. Now, in order to participate in the actual challenge, all activities must be recorded through their online form. This form automatically keeps track of each participant's progress toward their selected challenge option, and participants can also use a downloadable tracker to help keep track of their progress. All information can be found online, and I think this is a nice, healthy way to celebrate the nation's semi-sesquicentennial.
Which one are you going to do?
I didn't say that I was going to do it. I just think it's a good
You're outside all the time.
It's a nice way.
But I don't work at any New Jersey state park, forest, or historic site, nor do I visit them once a week. If I were to do any, it'd probably be the 25.0 minutes per week outdoors. because
I
I
just think
spend
it's
most of my time outdoors, and I don't want to do that in the off time.
right.
Yeah,
So your Salem Oak is not considered a historic site yet?
not with the state of New Jersey. No,
That is very sad.
I concur.
You'll get there. I feel like you'll get there. And I will say it's nice. It's cute in a way. I don't use that term a lot, but the whole 25.0 and 2.50 and all that, just to tie
Yeah,
in with the 250th, is a great tribute to the semi sesquicentennial, I think.
there you go.
Love it. This is good stuff. I am enjoying this a lot. So get outside, go visit a state park. I'm sure there's a few out there that you haven't been to. I know there's a couple on my list for this year. And enjoy America's 250th. While you're driving, yeah, make sure your car is insured. And if you're thinking about getting insurance for your home, your car, your business, or whatever, give Michael DeRose a call at Diversified Insurance.
Yes, see Diversified Insurance for all your commercial and personal insurance needs. They are a value added firm. They provide unsurpassed service, consult with you to determine your needs, and offer you a choice of insurance plans and programs. They are a value hunter who can find the best combination of coverage, service, and price. Contact them today at 609-567-7771 or visit the website at diversifiedinsuranceofnj.com.
I did not win the giant chocolate Easter egg, but that's okay. I saw, I think the Morella family did, so congratulations to them. But Bagliani's is always a must visit for something delicious to eat and or cook at home.
Yes, all the different holidays are celebrated best with food from Bagliani's Market, where they always say we treat our customers like family. With a variety of custom cut meats, farm fresh produce, delicious cheeses, a full deli, and more, Bagliani's Market has something for everyone. They are famous for their wide variety of authentic Italian specialty products. Try their Italian bread and rolls, prepared foods, and homemade pasta. Follow their social media for weekly loyalty reward promos. Bagliani's Market is located at 417 12th Street in Hammonton. Call 609-561-0693 or visit Facebook and Instagram for more information.
So, the Environmental Commission of Vineland has weighed in on the data center that is being built, and they're weighing in, I think, more about the phase two. And there is more now noise now during the construction phase. A memo came out and was posted online that can be heard quite a bit in the neighborhoods. And it says, according to this in this memo from the planning board to the planning board from the Environmental Commission, it says that there is now a constant humming sound 24/7 that can be heard for miles in the surrounding neighborhoods. This indicates that the large berms that have been erected in response to numerous ongoing complaints, while showing effort, are not fully effective. Beyond verbal assurances, it is recommended that the amended plan address specifically what will be done differently to mitigate excessive noise going forward after construction, including the types and locations of sound barriers and other controls. And it also addresses water usage and how it's being stored and runoff, all those things, wellhead protection area and stormwater. It discusses e-waste and what the plan will be for e-waste will be stored, because it says data centers generate a significant volumes of e-waste. However, there are no proper storage areas or buildings indicated on the plan for electronic waste, and it cannot be stored outside, the memo said. So that needs to be addressed. Summary of requested conditions of approval. Specifics on types and locations of sound barriers or other controls shown on plan. Mass balance for all water on site and a demonstration of energy conservation across the combustion and water recovery systems. Demonstration of technical feasibility for water recovery and by what mechanism it is to be returned to the city. Legal agreement to conserve use of city water resources, and that's bolded.
Mm-hmm.
Full disclosure on contents of biosludge and assurances on containment and proper disposal, and information addressing e-waste collection and disposal, including an indication on provided plans as to location of e-waste collection areas on site. I think that Vineland, in this defense of the municipality, did not know what they were getting when they approved the first plan. Like, I don't think they understood the full ramifications because data centers are so new. that they did not know. I think that they needed to do way more research, but they thought they were doing a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, they saw
I
ratables
really,
and jobs.
Yeah.
yeah.
Of course.
And it's maybe not turning out the way that they expected. As time goes on, we learn more and more. And I hope they follow their environmental commission in what they're saying and asking for. And I hope this goes specifically to the planning board. Listen to your environmental commission. They're not asking anything very onerous, it sounds.
No,
They're
no.
not being overly restrictive. They're not saying we don't want this, but they're saying, look, here's what we need to do, and here's what we didn't address, and look, we need to do this now. What do you guys think?
No, I'll absolutely agree with you. I think that their recommendations to the planning board and their requests are perfectly feasible and legitimate. They're probably the same type of requests that our environmental commission would make. I know the whole state is trying to catch up with the impact data centers. ANJEC, the Association of New Jersey Environmental Commissions, actually has an online webinar coming up specifically to discuss data centers and their impact for all members of ANJEC, which should be any environmental commissioner in the state of New Jersey. I just, along with you, I hope that Vineland's Planning Board takes these recommendations seriously because, unfortunately, environmental commissions are not legislative and not punitive. They're only advisory. So, like, they're doing their due diligence, and I hope their planning board does the same.
We had some discussion beforehand, and Joe, I think you made a good point about, I forget exactly how you put it, that there's a catch up period here. Could you go into that a little bit? That
Yeah,
the idea that,
yeah. So many municipalities' land use laws
Yeah.
they're old. They came out in 1971 or 75 or whatever when the state first mandated land use laws, and they may get updated periodically when the municipalities update their master plan, which they're mandated to do every 10 years, and ours, I believe, is currently in year 6 of the update. And by that, like 10 years ago, it was supposed to be updated, and they've been working on that update for 6 years. But the problem is, because they're old, there's nothing on the books about something like a data center, which is very new, which brings us to Millville, actually. They have, I believe, introduced an ordinance and a resolution to try and update their land use laws to make sure that data centers are not a permitted use in many of their, I think within the entirety of the municipality. And most, like Vineland, they don't have anything like that on the books. Hammonton doesn't have anything on the books about data centers for or against it. And most municipalities don't, because how new is the concept? 3 years, 4 years?
yeah,
Like
well,
yeah, AI has expanded exponentially around the world, and that's a terrifying conversation for another time. But the data centers necessary for it and for the increased internet and data usage in general is far outstripping what anybody expected, and land use laws are far behind on the process. So I commend Millville for trying to get ahead of this before anybody came to them, but that's one of the big problems. Why, like, if it's not listed as not a permitted use, then legally planning boards have very few avenues of recourse. If it
Do you know what it reminds me of? If you don't mind me interjecting,
Sure.
do you remember? I don't know, 20 years ago or maybe less, when Medford in that area blocked big box stores?
yeah,
Vaguely, yeah.
You can't have a store over so many square foot, and other places are blocking like
chain stores,
warehouse, yeah, or
warehouses.
warehouses. It's the same thing. It's they're saying this is what we want our community to be, and this is not what we don't want it to be.
Correct.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I think it's fair and it's progressive. Hamilton has some very restrictive laws when it comes to stores that sell adult related items. And we saw this almost 30 years ago when someone tried to open one. Our laws on the books at the time, and I don't know if they've changed, were very prohibitive. Like, we don't want to be a town that has
Such
that kind of
things.
business.
So,
You can block things in a way, and
Yeah.
data centers are very hard on the environment.
Yes.
Period.
Yes, they are.
And we live in the Pinelands. So this is
We live,
not the
yeah,
place to be building them.
yeah. We live over
Yeah, but
the third largest freshwater aquifer on the planet.
yeah, maybe a jail instead, or something like that. How'd that go over? Speaking of things people didn't want in their backyards.
NIMBY, not in my back.
But there are various ways to stop things from being built. Not everything can be stopped, but
Right.
I think there's certain things that you go far enough back in Hammonton, there was a discussion of do you want a Walmart or not
Hmm.
Do
in
you want a
Hammonton
drug treatment center?
or not. So,
Hell, you go back far enough, for the first 50 years of the town's existence, it was anti-alcohol. Like the temperance movement was huge in Hammonton.
yeah,
Now we love to drink.
Yeah, we do.
a lot of liquor licenses around for sure.
Or breweries, the distilleries,
And and
wineries.
and I think communities throughout New Jersey have this issue of the push for development against the pull of the character of the community. And that's going to always
Yeah.
be the debate. That's always going to be the debate, no matter what comes up. Someone is going to say, that used to be a wooded area, or I don't want that treatment center in my backyard. So these are the things that are going to come up consistently.
Yeah, no,
So,
absolutely.
on a positive note, in and around Hammonton, where the three of us live, there are some new businesses opening. Pool House of Hammonton is opening. It is under its own ownership. It is not affiliated with the old business of a similar name, but it's going to supply all the things you need for your pool. And that's going to be located in the former Passions Florist, the former Llewellyn's Florist, right across, what is that, Woodlawn from McDonald's on
Yep.
the White Horse Pike. So that's a really nice thing to have for all you pool people who need to check your chemicals, do all your things. That is opening May 1st. Then you have Big Lou's Bowls and Brews.
Yep.
Could be coffee and like acai bowls and those kind of things. That is opening on 206,
In the old
282.
Marys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Gabe and I spent a lot of time in Mary's, so this will be fun to see how they've redone it. And that'll be opening soon. They don't have a date announcing of that. People are now touring the townhomes on West End.
Hmm.
So that is really exciting. There are some changes coming to some other businesses in town that haven't been quite announced yet. So we'll see some things happening there too. But let us know what your favorite new business is. Oh, Rachel Shainstein formerly from the Fitness Mogul, she reopened the Rachel Tennille, or however you say that method, in the OCAP building. That's another
Mm.
one. So there's like a lot of positive signs. Spring is a time of regrowth, and I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think it's a good thing. I was gotta be honest with you. I was a little bit surprised about the drama on Facebook between the pool house and the previous pool house. I did not expect to see that. But
There's
I'm
always Facebook drama. I pay it no mind.
Yeah, but I don't have enough popcorn anymore.
Yeah. There's
I
always
run
something
out.
going on.
There is always something going on. Yeah. And when Bowls and Brews was first announced, I mistakenly thought that it was going to be a soup and beer joint.
I'm
But
Isn't
just happy.
bowl also a thing like people talk about like with marijuana too?
Yes.
And
oh
so
yeah,
I thought it was going to be that and beer, but I didn't think you were allowed to have alcohol and marijuana.
and you're
No.
certainly because that's within town limits. That type of bowl would not be allowed by
Yeah.
ordinance.
No.
Yeah,
Again, so there
and
was everything goes back
that
to
that
I'm
was
just
that was an
happy.
instance where we updated the
Yeah.
ordinances. Yes.
Yeah. I'm just happy to see things advancing. I do think if you look at these different things, they are, at least you say to yourself, the density of the townhomes is what it is. But
Yeah.
I think we can all agree that West End needed a lot of help and that it is an improvement. I think that
Yes.
the idea that Bowls and
Bruce
Brews or the
Full House.
pool house, I think it's the idea is that you're at least you're seeing
Forward
an
momentum.
advancement. Yeah,
Yeah.
forward momentum,
Yeah.
Look,
Abs-
advancement.
I
and
That's
like
what I like.
I like an acai bowl. I don't want to go to Pliables up near Wegmans in Cherry Hill. I
I
could
have
just
no
go on 206.
I have never in my life had an is that how you pronounce it? Acai
Acai.
bowl? I have never had. I don't even know what it is.
Okay, we'll take you, Joe.
Like
Just for the
I
funsies.
I'm not asking. Legitimately, like, there may be other people who have no idea what it is. What is an acai bowl? Like,
It's this thick smoothie kind of a thing.
okay,
It typically has acai berries, and it has like bananas and like coconut water and
Hmm.
granola and nuts, and it has different combinations, or maybe it has yogurt if you don't like acai, and you can do like pineapple or mango. It's like a
okay,
smoothie in a bowl
Yeah,
kind of a thing.
they line up
sounds
for it
tasty.
down the shore. That's big. It's big down the shore areas, and like you said, Gina, up near
Oh
Cherry
yeah.
Hill. Sure. So and look, I kudos again for the idea of doing something different. Yes, it's you can get coffee other places, obviously, but the bowls stand out in a town where every third place is either pizza or sandwiches and things like that. Nothing against that, but it is nice to see us break out of the mold a little bit.
Yeah, no, I think it has the potential to do very well. That's a decent location, and I'm glad to see something moving in there. There hasn't been anything in that building in what, 25 years? I
No.
Well,
don't think.
no,
He-
it's less than that. Yeah, it's less than that, but it's been a while.
So ever since
It's
Mary's left, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
that
been at
was
least a decade and a half.
been a long time since
Yeah,
she moved. Yeah,
Yeah,
long
because I
time.
want to
downtown.
say that Hammonton First was in the mayorship when they moved.
So
Okay,
So
that's
they
a
did it.
that's
good. That's
So that
20.
was so that's 20 years, and I want to say it was like 2010 because there was some other stuff in the location where they were.
okay. So 15, give or take. That's still a
Yeah,
long
it's been a
time for
while. Yeah.
long time. Yeah.
Yeah, and go visit Mary's. It's great luncheonette, great potatoes, their eggs, their squash, egg omelet, like all the good things. But this building really did need a rehab, and it's right across from St. Anthony's Church, so there will be some church going crowds that I'm sure they're going to pick up as well.
Oh, I'd
Sure.
imagine
And
people go in there for breakfast right after mass.
yeah, and things open and close all the time, but I do think momentum is a thing. And if you see more openings than closings, that's a good thing. And this time of
Always.
year, I think it's you're seeing renewal, a lot of renewal, which is good.
Yes.
And I'm here for it. If your property has septic and is in need of a repair, a pump out, or whatever it might be, please give Demeglio Septic and Quality Sanitation a call. Quality Sanitation, you can also call for when you need a porta pot.
Yeah, because D'Amiglio Septic and Quality Sanitation are here for a variety of services, including septic pump out, grease trap service, high pressure jetting, portable toilets, and more. Call 609-561-3597 or go to demiglioseptic.com for Demiglio Septic or call 609-561-4666 for quality sanitation. Experience the Demiglio difference,
Excuse me.
a promise of superior service, quality, and reliability.
Thank you. Gabe, it's spring. Is our calendar looking busy?
It's starting to look busy, and Rocco's Townhouse Community Calendar is coming right up and brought to you by Rocco's Townhouse, who pride themselves on being a spot where everyone can meet and eat. Delicious appetizers, entrees, burgers, and more, along with a full bar and plenty of craft beers on tap. Remember, everyone meets at the Townhouse, 21 North 3rd Street in Hammonton. Call them at 609-561-9384 or visit roccostownhouse.com. And now the Rocco's Townhouse Community Calendar. Let's see what's happening around South Jersey. Kicking things off on April 10th, head over to the Broadway Theater in Plymouth for Bill Haley Jr. and the Comets. Showtime is at 8 p.m., so get ready for a night of classic rock and roll. Then on April 11th and 12th, step back in time for the 16th annual Smithville Renaissance Fair at a historic Smithville Village Green. It runs from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. both days with food, music, and plenty of medieval fun for the whole family. On April 12th, you've got another option. Check out Hoppin' Into Spring Jeep Truck, Motorcycle, and Car Show at Angie's Cafe from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. All vehicles are welcome, and there's food, prizes, and plenty to see. Then on April 17th, 18th, and 19th, Cumberland Players presents The Last 5 Years at Cumberland Players Theater. Showtimes are 8 p.m. on Friday and Saturday and 2 p.m. on Sunday. Also happening April 18th and 19th, don't miss Hammonton's first annual Cherry Blossom Festival at White Barn Orchards. It runs from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. both days, featuring local vendors, food, drinks, crafts, and over 120 cherry trees in bloom. It's Atlantic County's only cherry orchard, and yes, it's pet friendly. That's your Rocco's Townhouse community calendar. If you've got an event, send it our way. We might just read it on air.
Thank you, Gabe. Appreciate that. And if you're heading over to an event this spring or you have an idea for one, please let us know. Shoot us an email, jerseyoddcast@gmail.com, and we'll try to get it on the air. The Highlander movie is being rebooted with one and only Henry Cavill. Love him. So that's pretty exciting.
Superman.
Yes. How are we
Among
feeling
others.
about this?
I don't know how I feel about it. I love Highlander. Christopher Lambert was pitch perfect as Connor McLeod of the Clan McLeod. Sean Connery was great as Ramirez, even though he was a Spaniard who spoke with a Scottish accent. But it's just,
It's
and
weird.
then Clancy Brown as the Kurgan. I don't know how they're going to match this. I don't know how they're going to top it. I'm going to watch it. And then you had the classic soundtrack by Queen for the original. The movie, even though it may have been cheesy, and we're not going to talk about Highlander 2, The Quickening, because that was no, and then Highlander 3, The Search for More Money. We're not going to talk about them.
South
But
Park's parody of Santa versus Jesus. I don't know if you remember that.
the whole, yeah, I just,
There can be only one.
Yeah. It's like, I love Highlander so much. I actually have a replica of Connor McLeod's broadsword that says McLeod on it that I plan to be buried with to confuse future archaeologists. Love
That'll
Highlander.
do it.
You're such a weirdo, and I love it. This
Yeah,
one
no
I
doubt.
know. Okay, Henry Cavill. Like I loved Witcher. Like I love him in that so much, and I was so upset when he left.
Okay.
Devastated. Love that. So I was like really excited for this because I love him. But then I'm like, okay, they're changing a lot, and Roxanne Hart played Brenda Wyatt in the movie, and she helps him make sense of his mysterious sword, and she was like really instrumental. But now her role is completely different, and you find her at a different time of life, and there is a pivotal night. So I don't know. Is that really gonna be taking it too far? And they're calling it John Wick with swords. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. Like I just don't know how to feel. Like I'm gonna watch it because it's Henry Cavill and he can do no wrong in my book. But
And listen, it's a cash grab, no doubt. That's
yeah.
what it is.
you're so cynical, Donio.
No, it is what it is. But like, the people like the baked in audience. That is the deal. So
Yeah,
it's
and
less of a risk because there's some baked in guaranteed people are going to come see it.
Now, in other news that of a reboot or a sequel, it only took 40 years, but we're getting a sequel to Spaceballs.
Speaking of baked in,
And that's coming in spring 2027, April 23rd. So we just have a little over a year to go. Rick Moranis, Daphne Zuniga, Bill Pullman will all be there. Josh Gad is a lot to be credited for this. Kiki Palmer is going to be in it, Lewis Pullman, Anthony Carrigan. So it's going to have a great cast.
Mel Brooks
Again,
is back, and he's
Mel
like
Brooks.
100 now.
So there's a lot of good things happening.
Yeah. Have they released the full title of it yet? Because I missed that if they did.
I don't know if they said in the
Because I hope, and I just referenced this, I hope that they call it Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money, because that's what they teased in the original.
Yeah, original.
Yeah.
In the original.
Yeah.
And they were upfront about that.
Oh, no doubt. Absolutely, they were. And I think
and of course, that's
it's a riff on Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, Spaceballs 2,
Right.
The Search for More Money. And you're glossing over the big headline here. Rick Moranis is in this. That guy retired from acting to take care of his children after his wife
take care of
died.
his family.
And he has been approached with project after project and did not come back. They approached him with Ghostbusters Afterlife and Frozen Empire, and he was like, nah, I'm good. But Spaceballs 2 got him out of retirement. So
Dark helmet he
Well, he
comes
played
back for.
such a big, yeah, he played such a big
yeah,
role in
he did.
Spaws.
But I don't think he'd come back if this were just some slapdash script. So it's got to have some real potential for it.
No, and
Now,
this is the thing we talked about before with Stephen Colbert with Lord of the Rings. Josh Gad obviously, has, it sounds like, a slavish devotion to the original movie. So now
Yeah.
he's going to come out with his version of it, and it should be something that's treated with, it's satire, but it's treated with a lot of respect.
is he going to
That's a
play
weird way to
Barf,
say
I
it.
wonder?
I think he's going to play Barf's kid. I think.
Okay.
There you go.
Played by the late, great John Candy, right?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. And on a musical note, get ready to download the latest album coming from the man who brought us the most interesting version of Mr. Tambourine Man, William Shatner.
That's right. Mr. William Shatner, known the world over as Captain James T. Kirk from Star Trek, and yes, I find a way to reference Star Trek every week, and who turned 95 last month, announced in February that he is releasing a heavy metal album. Shatner said that the album, which is yet to be titled, will include 35 metal virtuosos and include cover songs from the genre's biggest bands, including Judas Priest, Black Sabbath, and Iron Maiden, plus some original songs. According to reports, a few days after his birthday, Shatner also announced that Judas Priest frontman Rob Halford will be one of the heavy metal guest artists included in the project, working with Shatner on a cover of Judas Priest's 1982 song "You've Got Another Thing Coming" from their album Screaming for Vengeance. Also,
That's just
according to
amazing.
report, to tell me about it.
Yeah, that's just
Yeah.
amazing.
Again, I thought
Yeah.
this was April Fool's, and then I read the date on the article, and it was March 26th, and I was
Yeah.
like,
No, this is actually happening. Shatner's no stranger to music. His first
yes,
album
he
was
is.
No, he's not.
No.
He's the
His
stranger
first
to
album
music.
was 1968, and that was The Transformed Man, which I have a copy of. And that's got
See that?
versions of Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds
I've
and the
heard it.
aforementioned Mr. Tambourine Man. And
In a car to South Carolina multiple times.
And
I'm still
everybody's seen
traumatized.
his 1978 performance of Rocket Man, which has become legendary. And I have to mention, Shatner's not the first sci-fi icon to boldly go into heavy metal music late in life. Christopher Lee, who played Count Dooku in Star Wars, Saruman in Lord of the Rings, and Dracula in the Hammer films, had his first metal album at the age of 88, but Shatner is the oldest at 95.
He does love setting a record.
Yes, he does.
And my favorite Shatner role is Denny Crane.
Oh,
That's
you
a good
know
one.
what? Captain Kirk is my favorite, but I think Denny Crane might be his best because you forgot that he was Captain Kirk in that portrayal. And that's not easy to do.
Yeah, he definitely lost the typecasting when he did Denny Crane.
Yeah.
He embodied that character, like he embodied Kirk, let's face it. But it's just amazing to see a guy still moving along at warp speed at 95 and just doesn't stop. He doesn't stop. You have to give a guy credit for that.
So we know G.I. Joe for Christmas. We're going to get him an album.
He's the hardest working man in show business.
Oh my God.
I'd like to see him and Dick Van Dyke team up before it's too late.
Yeah, definitely. Put those nonagenarians and centarians together. Get them out there while you still can.
It'd be like the old-timers baseball games when we were kids. Do you remember them?
Exactly.
Like when they had Joe DiMaggio come out to the plate at 60 and Sandy Koufax? Yeah.
Maybe we could get together, a bunch of them together for the
semi-sesquicentennial. Yes.
Semi-sesquicentennial.
Yes.
Bunch of actors, bunch of athletes. There should be the all semi-sesquicentennial team.
I would actually go see that.
And if you're going, you should wear your Oddcast gear.
Of course you should wear your Oddcast gear. You should have Oddcast gear wherever you go. Like, you should always have a mug by your side. I know we've got tumblers somewhere for cold beverages. If you go someplace, make sure you wear a T-shirt. We've got hats. We've got... Madam Impatient, I'm getting to that. We do have 2 new exclusive designs. Yes, and we have additional other exclusive designs. We've got sweatshirts, hoodies, zip-up hoodies. magnets for the fridge. You can outfit your entire house and wardrobe. You can find all that and maybe more at jersey-oddcast.printify.me.
Thank you. And now it's time for our odd poll of the week. And I want to talk shade, like we talked about Egg Harbor City. I took a ride down to Egg Harbor City this week. I wanted to see like the arch that they built into the gateway for that little park that they have. I wanted to see where this giant shade is going up for the other park to keep it cool. While I was in Egg Harbor City, I also stopped in H&H Confections just to check it out since they had messaged us. Super cute little bakery, a little sweet, a little sarcastic, so that's fun. But the shade is what got me thinking for our odd poll. What do we think about this? So is this move to shade a public park, is this the right thing to do? So yes, it's long overdue. It's nice, but it's not urgent. Kids don't need shade. They'll survive, probably. Or you just want more benches and ones that don't burn you, so no more metal benches. So what do we guys think? Overdue, it's not urgent, they don't need it, or just give you more places to sit down?
I'm somewhere in between overdue and it's nice but not urgent because we're lucky. Hammonton Lake Park has trees, lots of shade. So our playground is mostly shaded. Not every other playground has that opportunity. And if you want children to take advantage of your parks and recreational facilities, especially if such areas are 16 to 20 degrees warmer, then shade helps. So I'm somewhere in the middle of those two. I don't know if I can necessarily pick one.
Gabe?
Well, I think for me, I'll pick an outlier, which is the more benches. Just let's have more benches. Come out of left field a little bit with this, but just say more places to sit. It's nice.
And for me, I think it goes back to where we put parks matters. Hampton Lake Park has a lot of shade. It keeps it
Mhm.
relatively cool. When it's 100 degrees out, 110 in August, it is what it is. There is something for that. So for me, I don't think it's something that's urgent. You know what I mean? It's not, I mean, I think it's case by case, funding by funding basis. You know what I mean? I'm glad they don't do metal. Like, I don't wish that on anyone. And we had metal everything, metal monkey bars, metal
Oh yeah,
merry-go-rounds. We had so many death traps as kids.
On top of concrete, there was nothing padding us.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was a generation of kids that had that wood that was all filled with stuff that wasn't good for them either.
arsenic. It had a
So now they're
Penny
just
Park,
inhaling
Penny Park,
microplastics.
yeah, Penny Park
Yeah.
playground.
So yeah, so now they're
Yeah.
It
just
had to be
inhaling
torn down.
microplastics and licking plastic while they're at the park,
Yeah,
whatever. But for me, I think it's a nice to have, but it's not urgent. It's case by case. Shade does make a difference. The Red, White, and Blueberry Festival, when it was 100 years ago on, not 100, but 25 years ago,
on
Vine
Vine Street.
Street, very well shaded,
Oh
much
yeah.
cooler than it is out in the middle of the field where there are no trees. You
Yeah.
know, trees are your friend. Just
That's
gonna
why
say
we
that
like
a
the
hundred
But
times.
canopy.
maybe we'll see more of this at things like these festivals because maybe you'll see a little more of these areas, not just tents, but maybe some of these cooling areas become part of the festival season too.
Yeah. And if your business or home is in need of regular dumpster service or your construction site, please give our friends on Wiltse's Mill Road United Roll Off a call.
Looking for fast, reliable dumpster service? Call United Roll Off Service and Recycling LLC, family owned by the Grasso family and proudly serving South Jersey since 1999. 3 generations strong, United Roll Off is your local solution for household cleanouts, construction debris, concrete, and yard waste with 11, 20, and 30-yard dumpsters ready when you need them. Serving Hammonton and all of Atlantic, Burlington, Camden, Cumberland, and Gloucester counties, they've got the size, service, and local touch you can trust. Visit them at 735 Wiltshires Mill Road, Hammonton, or call 609 561 8287 to get started today. United Roll Off, local, loyal, and ready to haul.
Thanks, Gabe. And now it's time for your Oddcast Odd Fact. The iconic 4 Mile Atlantic City Boardwalk isn't named for the wooden planks, the boards. It's named after its designer, Alexander Boardman. He was a railroad conductor in the 1870s. He came up with the idea as a way to keep beach sand out of train cars and nearby hotels. The city funded an early version using tax dollars, an 8-foot wide wooden walkway that stretched from the beach into town and was actually taken apart each winter. And that is how the Atlantic City Boardwalk got its name.
That's
That sounds.
fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Is that? Yeah, that's okay. Because like when that sounds like a Seinfeld fact. Like the original name of the novel was not War and Peace, but War. What is it good for? This sounds like
Right. Right.
yeah, like
Right.
this sounds made up. But yeah, okay. I never
Now
knew that.
This
what's
is from the
interesting
Atlantic County government's website.
Yeah,
what's interesting that is that everybody else who did get a boardwalk, it doesn't reference Boardman. That was his
no,
name, Boardman.
yeah,
No.
Yeah,
I
so
Alexander
mean,
Alex. That really it
I mean,
sounds made up. I concede that
I
it is.
know.
I concede that it is fact, that it is factual, but I never would have got because it makes sense. Like boardwalk, a walk of boards, not named
So I
after
first read it on
Boardman.
US News. USnews.com gave me the information. And then I verified who the guy was through Atlantic County, what would I say?
Atlantic County
Atlantic County's
government. Yeah,
website.
yeah.
yeah,
I'm not impugning your research. I'm saying
no,
this
I
sounds made up. Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
look,
only because
maybe that's apocryphal. I don't know, but that's what these sites are saying, and I love it. And
yeah.
it
yeah,
is a Seinfeld fact. War. And I love that I always say that war, what is it good for? And no one knows what I'm talking about.
yeah.
Really?
Because
Ah,
like we have one going on right now, and I'll just be like, war, what is it good for? And no one knows what I'm talking about.
No, no one gets your reference, or they think
No.
you're
that
referencing the song.
could be.
Has anyone said that to you?
No,
Does
because I'm
anybody?
talking to people who are usually younger than me,
Oh, so
and
they
they
neither know the
definitely
Seinfeld
haven't.
reference nor the song.
Nor the
Yeah,
reference.
Yeah.
yeah. So Seinfeld, this is what season probably in the middle somewhere, 5, 6, 4 somewhere, and yeah, no. Or the song, nope. No, they have no idea,
Yeah,
and I just say it, and I'm just like, let's see what happens. I'm just gonna throw this out here, and then I
that's
hope it
funny.
just doesn't get repeated. Joe, are we gonna have spring weather? Are we gonna have winter weather? What are we gonna have?
That really depends on your definition of what's what, but since you asked, it sounds like it's time for the Oddcast forecast according to the app on my smartphone and sponsored by Ben Castone Landscaping. Call Ben Castone for all your landscaping needs at 609 561 3452. They're here to keep your yard looking great no matter what the season, and I think the weather, a good word for it is inconsistent.
Sounds like New Jersey.
Yeah, after sub-freezing temperatures again, Wednesday we're looking at a high at nighttime sub-freezing. Wednesday we're looking at a high of 51 and a low of 31. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy. A slight warm up the next day. Intervals of clouds and sun, a high of 59 and a low of 43. And then back up to spring-like temperatures on Friday with a high of 71 and a low of 48, which is about where we should be at this time of year. But you can have a freeze as late as Mother's Day, so it's not entirely without precedent.
Wow.
Ask any
Well,
farmer, they'll tell you.
for sure. And they'll know.
Hmm.
Inconsistent's a good word for it. And given that it's in this year, another good word for it is what, Joe?
Expected.
Semi.
Semi-sesquicentennial?
Exactly. Come on, Joe.
Yeah,
You two are redonkulous with that word. Like it's enough now. Move
but
on.
that's the term. That's the proper
Yeah,
term.
So you're
we could
saying
just
for
say
the next
consistent.
9 months I have to live with this word?
Yes.
Not
You
every
don't
time.
believe you don't believe in the utilization of proper nomenclature?
I do believe in the utilization of proper nomenclature. I just don't know that we need to say it every week on our show.
Well,
You
as
guys,
long as we
you
as long
guys
as we
with your
bring up
big
some
words.
event, yeah. As long as we have some event that is tied to the celebration, that word is the appropriate one.
Oh my God, America's 250th is so much easier.
But
If
getting
you
back to the
like,
weather,
Goes
if
250th, 11 syllables, semi-sesquicentennial. 8 syllables. It's actually easier to say.
see that?
If you like the Jersey Oddcast and enjoy watching Joe and I fight like siblings, please give us a watch every week or give us a listen from your favorite streaming app. Find us on YouTube, Blue Sky, Facebook, and TikTok, and Instagram. Give us a call, 609-444-6178, and tell me what a loser Joe is. I love to
Oh,
hear
come
it.
on. You
Or
two,
shoot us an
listen.
email and tell me what a grump
Boo.
I am at jerseyoddcast@gmail.com. And we
Or
can all agree that Gabe is the best.
Well, listen, you guys, it's always a pleasure working with the two of you because you take the heat off me. So I like that. I like the fact. I like the
Well,
fact that
you bore for
it's back and
26
forth.
years, Gabe. It's our turn.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Have a
But
great week, everybody. We'll see you
have a great
next
week.
time.
Take
Thank
care.
you.